Hey everybody, it's Katrina Russell again. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. I just wanted to talk for a minute about the DNC thing, the DNC, whatever it is, the Democratic National Convention. It's not like a convention, it's like the Democratic National Zoom meeting. I don't really know. But I was listening to people talk about it today and how few views the DNC was having on wherever they were streaming. I don't know if it was YouTube, they were checking the views or whatever. And how everyone was commenting about, like, I've had more views than that, which I would love to have more views than that if you want to like and subscribe. But my thing is, I think the Democrats are really overestimating their fan base. They've gone very progressive, which is, if you've watched any of my other stuff, I'm not very happy about. I've always been a liberal, grew up in Massachusetts, always been a Democrat. Always voted Democrat, I should say. I'm technically undeclared, but I've always voted Democrat. Always been very liberal about most things. People are crazy now, and they're going nuts towards, like, they're running full force to, it's not even to the left. I was listening to, I don't know if you've watched Tim Pool, but I was watching him talking about how it's not even like, they're not even left and right. They're like they're just, like, people talk about the alt-right, and it's like the alt-right doesn't, the right is mostly about economics. It's about people staying out of people's lives and, just the federal government not being involved, and economically, like, leave my money with me and stay out of my life. And that's pretty much what the right is about. It has nothing to do with identity. The left has always been, at least the way I was always taught to look at it, was it's the country's job to take care of people, and we should all take care of each other. And so if there are people in need, we should help them, and we should everybody's equal, and everybody should be respected, and everybody's right should be respected, and, like, that's kind of what it's always been about. And we need to, a little bit more taxes to be able to help people who can't afford things like food and shelter and what have you. So it's always been kind of economical. There's been some, like, obviously the abortion issue's been on both sides, and there's been some social stuff that's come up, gay marriage and drugs, like pot legalization and what have you. But it was always much more like that kind of political stuff. So why the alt-right was right when it was just racism never really made sense. And he pointed that out. And the only thing I could think was, like, that, okay, well, the left was very, everybody's great and everybody's equal and everybody's good and everybody's, whatever. And I was like, okay, so if that's the left, then the opposite has to be the right, I guess. But now the left is very, white people suck. You need to watch your white. We need to take things away from white people. White people are horrible. So it's like they've literally flipped the script, where, like, white men are the devil and women are pretty good, although apparently men can be women, so I don't really know how that works. But women can be good, and minorities are good, and white men are horrible. Okay. So that's not really left, because left is everybody's good, and everybody's equal, and everybody's wonderful. That was always left. So I'm not really sure how that works. And what I'm realizing is, like, all the riots, peaceful protesting, all the riots that are going on, they're all out in the streets, and they're not even, like, fighting for anything. Like, it started off with defunding the police and all these things, but that's starting to happen, and they're still just out rioting. And I'm friends with a lot of lefties. and they hate Democrats. They liked Bernie because he's communist. They like communists, but they don't like government, which I'm not entirely sure that they know what communism is, because if you say that the government should take care of everybody, but you don't like the government because they're all jerks and morons, then I don't really know how. So really they don't want even communism. They want all out anarchy where they can take whatever they want. And so I was watching a bunch of people talking about how there wasn't that many views of the Democratic National Zoom meeting. And I think that's going to be an issue for the Democrats that they haven't quite figured out. They hate, like, that's why they're pushing the anyone but Trump narrative, and not the look how great we are, but it's anybody but Trump narrative, because I think they're hoping, like, let's just get Trump. You guys hate Trump. We hate Trump. Let's just, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. But I know a lot of leftists who are like, why vote? Like, voting doesn't do anything. They're all the same. They're all this. They're all that. It literally, like, the far left people, like, don't make sense, because they want the government to control everything, but they don't like government, and they don't vote for anybody because they don't like anybody that's running, because they don't like government, and they don't think government is good or should do anything, and they should stay out of everybody's lives because they're all horrible, bad people, but they want the government to pay for everything, because I don't think that they understand how money works, like, at all. So, but I don't think these big, like, far leftists that are marching in the street, killing people and destroying the economy and destroying people's livelihoods and people's houses, and yelling at white people that they need to get out of the house so that black people can take them. I don't think these people are going to be voting. And it seems to be who the DNC, the DNZ is catering to. So it'll be interesting to see how this happens, how this works, because people aren't watching this, and people don't like Biden. I see way more things lately. I see way more things about Biden's hair sniffing from my left friends, and about the Epsteins with the Clintons, and all the craziness that's going on with the Democrats. I see way more of my left friends posting stuff about that than they do about bad things about Trump. So I'll just be interested to see how this plays out. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. So, like, subscribe, follow, whatever, share, and have a nice day.